Hello everyone, I'm ZachTheManiac, and welcome to the Republic Stud Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. On the line, we have the legend Zach the Maniac, formerly Zach Lego Maniac. He is a world-renowned Lego TikToker. You've probably seen one of his animations. He does some pretty amazing little TikTok stop motion. He's about 400,000 followers, subscribers on TikTok now, and he has about 90,000 on YouTube. So with that said, welcome, Zach.
Hello, Republic Studs. Thank you for inviting me onto the show, and I'm going to be talking about some cool things today.
All right. Now, we did record an episode before this, and audio got glitched, so we're going to do some different things than we usually would have covered, because I want to talk about more interesting things that we don't know yet, or I don't know at least. But there is stuff I do want to cover as we start every episode. How'd you get your start in Lego? Just give us a full background on your history with Lego, how you got involved in the community, what got you so big on TikTok. Just start from wherever and end wherever, probably leading to today.
So when I was little, I wasn't really much into Lego. The only reason I got into Lego was because of my older brother. I distinctly remember one time when I was at my grandma's house, and my parents got him a Space Police set, and it was like a jail cell, had all this cool stuff with it. And I really liked it. I always wanted to play with it, but I was never allowed to play with it. And then I got my first Lego set. It was a Toy Story set. It had like Green Army soldiers, and I think it's from like 2012 or something. And it was really cool. And then more into the years, I got more Lego sets for my birthday or Christmas. And after that, in like around 2014, I started watching like Lego animation type of content. There's this creator named Michael Hickox. He made really cool animations. My favorite from his videos were called Tim and Ralph. They'd go like on adventures and stuff. And I wanted to make those type of animations, but I wasn't really good at it, and I didn't know where to start. But there were these things called stick bots. They had suction cups on them, and they also had an app where you can make animations with them. That's where I first started making animations. At first, I did like a few Lego animations. They weren't that good at all. Just basically a few frames of movement every photo. It was just really bad at the time. And then, around 2018, I was moving into a new house, so I had to pack up all my Lego. And from there, once I moved into the new house, I wanted to try more of the new stop motion I've been learning. And I moved on into like different apps like Stopmotion Studio. And then later on, I would move on to Stopmotion Studio Pro. But from there, I made some cool animations. They weren't that good at all. But then I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to be like Just Too Good or M&R Productions. I wanted to make my own type of content like them, but I didn't really know how. I didn't know how to do video editing and all that type of stuff. So I just started posting like my random animations or gameplay videos of games I'd play, but those didn't really go anywhere. So around 2019, I entered TikTok, and the only reason I went into TikTok was because my friends, they dared me to do it, because no one would go onto TikTok at the time. People would make fun of you if you used TikTok, or you just watched any type of content on there.
Because back then it was like cringe, because I remember it. TikTok is to be the best story in advertising ever, because the way they started was they just threw a bajillion advertisements all over YouTube. If anyone remembers that. Yeah.
And then after I got on TikTok, I started watching types of content. I saw a few Lego videos on there, and that 2019 was like where Lego started to become like a thing on TikTok. Like, at the time, there weren't that many Lego content creators. There's barely a few, maybe 1,000 followers at the time. And I decided to start making my own type of content where I would review sets, show off my collection. Those videos didn't really do well until I started dropping my sets for followers. And those would gain a lot of reaction from people, and that would kind of blow up my content on TikTok. So from there, I mostly did drop tests for like milestones, and then I started doing TikTok trends. There's this one trend where you stack a bunch of underwear together to have the longest pair of underwear, and I did that trend with Lego pants, and the legs would go all the way around my room on the ceiling. I had to tape it onto the ceiling because it was so long. That video went viral. I think it got like 400,000 likes and 3 million views or something. And
400,000. Wow, that's nuts.
And then from there, I just started posting my own type of content, where I did stop motions, and I eventually got better at stop motion. It took a really long time, lots of practice. You don't get better at animation just by doing one animation. You have to do it over time, a whole bunch of times, and then eventually you'll understand the basics of animation, like easing in and easing out for the movement to look smooth and realistic. And from there, I just kept getting better and better at animation, and then I started posting Star Wars animations. 2019 was when I started getting into Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't have much Star Wars stuff. I had like a few R2D2s and just a few minifigures overall. So my Star Wars ideas for stop motion was very limited. But the more videos I made, the more followers and views I got, and my videos started getting recommended a lot more on the For You page. That's what it's called on TikTok. And
it's like recommended, but on TikTok.
Yeah.
And you don't get a choice. You just scroll.
Yeah. You just scroll on and scroll. And then if your video pops up, if someone likes it, it recommends it to someone else who might like it as well.
Yeah.
And then after I started posting more stop motions, started posting more other types of content, like reviews, and I called them quick reviews because they were only like a minute long each. And then there's this thing with the First Battle Pack. It was really hard to get. So when I was able to buy like 5 or 6 of them,
that was like a big deal,
Yeah. I made like a bunch of videos just flexing them in front of a ton of people. And I don't know why I did that, but they got me a lot of reaction for sure.
Yeah, I remember like the release for them was atrocious because they were dropping like I often forget how bad that release was because I was in the struggle because I was pumping up these sets for like months since they revealed them in April. I was doing a video at least once a week on the First Battle Pack, and everyone started getting them in July, and I got like really upset because like I really wanted these things, and you know I was still new, and I was. Put that aside. I think I ended up getting them sometime in July. Like, I drove out to Staten Island. So you mentioned your first set was Toy Story and like that army truck. I remembered that. I remember that one in particular because I got that one. Now I thought my first set was this like buildable Buzz Lightyear that came out, but I recently found this picture. It's like me, and like there I am with a Lego Duplo of Jesse and Bullseye, and I don't know where this set went. I have a Buzz Lightyear one. I knew I had them, but so I guess my first set was a Duplo set, which kind of neat. So yeah, that's really interesting. Just your whole starting up. I mean, you've been around. If you got the army truck set, you've been around Lego for a decent amount of time, and now you're on the TikTok platform. Now we've had a handful of TikTokers. We've had Matt Mellish, SC Dude. So you're like one of the big ones on the platform. How did you like? Because you drop a lot of things, and you do a lot of animations. Has it just kind of over time you got 400,000, or have you had a major spike? Like you did that legs video where you just stacked the legs. Did that like get you 100,000 followers, or like how did that work?
Well, it was sort of like over time I started gaining a lot of followers, but there was a few spikes I had. That leg video, I gained like 30,000 followers.
Yeah.
There were also these. Like on TikTok, it just has Subway Surfers with a story time playing over it. I used to do those type of videos with like Lego figures. Those videos got really popular, but the sounds got removed, so it just stopped gaining likes. No one could hear what's going on. But I got a ton of followers from that. But most of them have either been spikes in followers from viral videos or just over time. Like, I don't really remember getting a ton of followers until like late 2021, where a lot of my videos started getting a lot more views, a lot more traction on the platform.
They started getting like really good too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I improved a lot on animation, so people actually like watching them because they weren't like horrible. But then later on, I started posting. There's this trend on TikTok where you throw a small microfighter or a minifigure and it turned into a larger item like a set.
Yes.
I did that trend. I was known for drop testing, so I decided to take a spin on the trend by when I threw something small like a microfighter, it turned into something big, and it just break on impact, and people get very surprised by that. They're like, "No, why, Zach? Why did you do that, man?"
And the vitriol was insane. You go in the comments on those videos. Oh, that is something else.
Yeah, and then those got a lot of likes, a lot of views, a lot of followers. I just started doing more of them. I've made 6 small to big videos with 5 sets each, and usually at the end there is like a large set that gets dropped. Recently, I had the large set dropped at the start on my most recent video. That helped it gain a lot more views than usual. On YouTube Shorts, those drop test videos have probably gained 50, 60 million views, which is a lot. One of those videos. Well, there was one. I think it was my first one. Actually, it was a Razor Crest video where like, oh no, Grogu's in danger and he needs help. Send in the Razor Crest. And that video, it actually got 37 million views on YouTube Shorts. Unfortunately, it had the TikTok icon on it, so I wasn't able to make any profit from that. But I did gain some subscribers and likes from that, so that was really cool. Well, there's this thing called the Shorts bonus on YouTube, and one of the rules is you can't have any third-party logos like TikTok or anything like that. Maybe Instagram Reels is an icon on there, but if it has that logo, you can't make any money from it. So from there, I learned my lesson not to add any TikTok logos on there. I used to make all my videos on TikTok using like their camera feature, but now I just make them on my phone. I edit them and I post them throughout all my platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. YouTube Shorts, I'm noticing it's much easier to get stuff to blow up on there because they're pushing stuff a lot harder, and I find it's a little more difficult. Okay.
No, it's no problem.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Continue.
Continuing on the topic of how I grew my TikTok and my YouTube. So after I made those drop test videos, started posting a lot more animations with TikTok trends and such. There's these videos of like Star Wars parodies. I usually took the sounds, with credit of course, and I made animations based off them. Those videos got a ton of views, and they also helped me grow my platform on TikTok. And on TikTok, they were introducing this new program. It's called the Creator Fund, where you can make some quick money if you get a ton of views on a video. But I was underage, and they didn't have an option for teenagers to have their parents sign on TikTok. So I moved on to YouTube.
How does that work for, like, what's her name? Addison Rae was, like, 16, 17 when she started.
I have no idea. I think it's because she's just very popular. She has, like, 40 million followers or something.
If you're popular enough, then it's okay. What's her name? Kylie Jenner? Like, how old is she? She's, like, 18, 19. So, like, she was, like, I don't know. Was she TikTok famous?
I don't think she was famous. I think it was Charlie D'Amelio.
I don't know.
She was, like, really... She was, like 16, 17.
I don't
She was part of the Creator Fund.
I don't get how those blow up. That whole, like, the TikTok like the big ones, like the big names on TikTok. I don't get how they became that way. I look at these like, okay, you can dance, you're an attractive person, but I don't see you being like a 40 million follower attractive person. Like, I'm just like you're the top, really? You're not that talented. I've seen way more talented people than you post way more talented stuff. And I guess it's just the algorithm. I mean, I don't know what it is, who's watching these things, but okay.
Yeah. So what I've learned from like years on TikTok is basically like there's this recent creator. Her name is like Bella Porch.
Yes,
She
the I
has
one.
She has grown so much after just one video. It was her moving with the camera.
Yeah.
That video gained like
It had like eye tracking.
100 million views. That one video boosted her entire career. She became a singer. She became a ton of other stuff just from that one video.
Crazy.
Moving on from the creator fun stuff, I decided to move on to YouTube, where I would post my shorts or my animations and videos. And though I noticed that in order to be monetized on YouTube, you need to have 4,000 hours of watch time, I think, and the short videos didn't count as watch time.
Really? They don't count as watch time?
They don't count. So
what?
I had to figure out a way. So I made like this one hallway animation with Darth Maul and 332nd Troopers. That video did pretty well, but it wasn't like 4,000 hours of watch time. So I started posting my animations as compilations. Those videos did pretty well for a while, but we started getting lower amount of views. But once I got that 4,000 hours of watch time, I started posting more of my shorts. And I think in around August of 2021 or 2020, they introduced the Shorts bonus program, where you could make money from the amount of views you get on shorts. And around that time, my videos started getting a ton of views, which helped boost my YouTube platform. And as at the same time, I was growing my TikTok platform. And around that time, I decided, why not move to Instagram? So I decided to post my animations on Instagram, and a lot of those videos started to blow up. I think it was the Mandalorian videos with the Grogu and such, because the Mandalorian was trending at the time, I think. And those videos...
That 2019? Or like when Season 2 was coming out? Like 2020?
I think it was around Season 2.
Wait, when did Season 2 come out? Because Season 1 came out in 2019. Season 2... It came out 2020, right?
I think...
2021 was Bad Batch and Boba Fett. 2023 is going to be Season 3. Yeah. So I think it was... Yeah, I think...
Or I might be mistaken, but the Mandalorian videos blew up a lot on Instagram. Not so much the others, but I think currently, right now, I have 34,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
which is
not bad.
A lot for Instagram.
Yeah,
because
I think I'm trending around 8,000.
Like, on Instagram, your videos can get, like, a ton of views. I have a lot of videos on Instagram with over 1 million views, but they don't gain much followers from that. But
yeah, I noticed like Instagram and TikTok are particularly more desperate for content. I'd say YouTube is not TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. I'd say YouTube more so, because I'm noticing like I'll post shorts. Pretty much any short I post nowadays gets upward of 100,000 views minimum. I just don't like posting them. First off, I don't really get anything from it. I posted one with like 200,000 views. I got a decent amount of subscribers from it. It was like the Republic fighter tank into a Republic dropship. Got like 230,000 views. They got 37 cents off the video, and they lowered the price, like the amount they pay on, and it like had like good watch time and everything. They lower the amount they pay on shorts, because I get videos with 10,000 views that would get $3-4 from shorts. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they nerfed the pricing or like readjusted it or something, but something sketchy is going on there. I think they know they could get away with pricing. Are you like a member of the shorts community, like email list?
I am. I don't really, respond to the you can join like a video call.
Yeah, I sometimes do it. I do it like once every couple of months, just because I like to stay like involved. Like I think what was it? One time they sent me like this box, in the mail. It was like a chocolate box, and it had like cereal in it. I did a video on it. YouTube sent me a box.
I got an email for that, but my parents thought it was a scam, so they didn't want me to send my address or anything.
I
But
get a PO box. Well, actually, no. Right, I forgot that since you're doing shorts, they don't pay you as much to do videos.
yeah, I make a few $100 or $200 a month
Yeah.
on shorts. It's not like enough to
Buy a wave
keep.
of Lego sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I make some money working with my dad or doing some jobs to get more Lego sets, but
You see, that fascinates me. With creators like you have a platform. You have 400,000 people. Now you have significantly further reaching influence than me. In terms of people, if you were to go to Lego Star Wars community, pretty much everyone in the community's heard of you. At least in the online world, even like in people who aren't incredibly active. Like I have a friend. He was scrolling through his TikTok. Your thing showed up in his feed. Yeah, I know. Like, he's my friend. I've talked to him. So it's just kind of funny that you've kind of created that like level of influence, but they still like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Between all that, it doesn't pay out a significant amount, and I think that's gonna change. Hopefully, it might not.
yeah.
But I think there is room for that to change because there's. I guess actually I don't know because I don't know if there's as much of demand because that's how it works. It's supply and demand, and there's a lot of people who want to be TikTokers out there, so maybe that's a part of it. I really don't know, but yeah. So I guess I wanted to move on to the other thing that we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about the price changing in Lego sets. So I want to hear your thoughts about this, and just give me your full unfiltered thoughts, and then maybe we'd have a back and forth on it. But let me hear it.
So the price thing, I don't really like the price change. I think it's a little much because Lego is already expensive, and I'm not making that much, so it's gonna be a lot harder to buy more Lego. But I understand why it's increasing with the oil price increase changing. It's making the plastic for really expensive for Lego, and I understand why it's going up so high, but a lot of people don't like it. I don't like it either, but I understand why it's going up.
Yeah.
I
don't think anyone out there particularly likes it. But like, what was it? The brick engineer, my buddy on Instagram, he was pointing out he's big into manufacturing. He's like does product design and all. Like he's crazy with all this manufacturing stuff. So the petroleum they use and all the stuff that goes to basically making ABS plastic, which is what Lego is, it went up 40% in price. So effectively, the material cost, which is insane. First off, but before we even get into all the other stuff, on top of that, it's not just the gas and the material. Workers are significantly more expensive. The shipping stuff around, like the making the bricks themselves and the physical product is one thing. Work is up. So like if you're working at a store, they have to pay employees more. That's a big thing. And there are loads of other factors. Licensing is generally been up because properties are hot, and Disney, they recently did a re-updated contract when Disney holds all the balls in that court. So that I assume they took a significantly higher percentage, especially in regards to other Star Wars themes and Marvel and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's a number of factors that are leading to the pricing in Lego, and I think Lego as a company has handled it really, really well. And a lot of people are going to knock them. They're greedy. They're scummy. I think it is the most surface level take you could ever take on this thing. Like I think you have a pretty middle of the road take, which I think I like your take the most. But from what I understand with that, like the way they're doing it, like they're telling us they are going to have to raise their prices, which most companies do. But then we are even finding out the specifics. Like we know the specifics of what the pricings are going to be, so that helps in terms of us. Like if we want to buy something before they raise the price, they don't have to do that, but they know for like hardcore fans that's going to be something that's important to them. And if you also notice, when you look at the sets they've done, I recently edited a video or recorded a video of the price hikes. Majority of the sets that are like raising in price are 18 plus sets, so they're trying to offset the costs to more adults, and try to save money for like kids here. Like I'll pull it up. I'm looking. I'll find the amount of sets. These are the only sets that are like not 18 plus, and I'm trying to pull it up. So we have for Star Wars at least we have let's see, what's not 18 plus? The Millennium Falcon, I guess, which is 160 to 170. It came out in 2019, so that's very understandable. AT-AT from 160 to 170. I guess you have the Child set, and then you have the Dark Trooper Attack. That's going up $5, and the Republic Fighter tank is supposedly going up $5. But beyond that, you have maybe Obi-Wan Starfighter, the Mandalorian N1. Everything else is 18 plus sets. So I'm noticing they certainly are offsetting costs more to like help parents, and I think they're doing it in a really good way. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's the way they're doing it. It's really, really good. With the 18 plus being higher than the smaller sets for kids, that's really good. The prices, some of them are reasonable, like the Falcon and the AT-AT. Those are really good value sets for what you were getting.
Absolutely.
But with the more expensive sets, like the Gunship or the AT-AT, the AT-AT came out like last year.
Yeah,
was it?
that one. I thought. I mean, you could get into specifics. I think overall, I think it kind of. I don't think 850 is a perfect number. I think it probably should have been 8. Like, I don't. I think probably 825. Probably I could see that. The one that the one I do not understand is the Falcon. I recently did a inflation adjuster from 2016. So that came out, I believe, at the end of 2016. So it was $800 back then. It's still $800 today. Now, if you adjust for inflation, it's about 900. It's about 973 adjusted for inflation, which effectively puts it could be $1,000 set. And I think, and it's still at 800. So chances are I see it going up to 850, with the AT-AT and just kind of sticking around because I don't think Lego's ready to put out a $1,000 set yet. And if so, man, I had this idea because I have the UCS Falcon, and I'm like, it's kind of getting dusty. I could sell this one for $700, buy a sealed one, and then build it when I say move, and instead of it just sitting there collecting dust. And now I don't know. It goes up in soon. I either have to do this really soon or I have to, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I'm actually really confused about that Falcon price as well. 2016, that's like 6 years ago, right?
Yeah. The Falcon's been out for a while. It's funny because I wanted the thing back in 2019, and my biggest worry, I was like, I have to have it now because it's going to retire. I'm not going to be able to get it. It's still here.
It's a really popular set. I guess that's why it's still on shelves.
One I'm shocked they haven't brought back yet is the Death Star. Because the Death Star, they released in 2008. They had it out until about 2013. They had it out till about 2014. They retired it in 2014. They brought back a new one in 2015. And then stuck around for 2015, and it probably stuck around until 2018, and I think it retired. And I'm surprised they haven't brought it back, because when you think Lego Star Wars, you think Lego Death Star. It was in all the Spider-Man movies. So I'm kind of hoping they bring it back, because I don't own one. So that would be an interesting one. I don't know. Is there any sets you think they need to bring back?
Sets on maybe a set with Rex in it, or more clone sets.
Like a play scale gunship.
Or play scale gunship would work too. There was I think it was rumored for it to be in this wave of summer sets.
Yeah,
it ended up not being true.
It was a very everyone was like, yeah, that's happening because the ATT because they changed the pricing. There was $140. There was the Cad Bane chip. There was $100 set and $120 set and $140 set or something. The ATT was supposed to be the $100 set, and because we just had the pricing, and then the $140 set was going to be the gunship, and then I guess it turned around the $100 one's the Scythe, and the $140 one is the ATTE. And honestly, the ATTE people compare it to the 2013 one, and they're like the 2013 one was 90. And this one, the 140, and it doesn't really add up. So part of it is they're mitigating pricing. That's why the new sets are just starting at such a high price. It's because LEGO knows, the inflation doesn't stop here. It's going to only get higher. So they're kind of mitigating for that. And on top of that, the other thing is, you look at the Captain Rex's, say, ATTE Walker. That Captain Rex one they did for Star Wars Rebels. That one was $120. So that came out back in 2017. So they raised the price $20 effectively.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the new ATTE price is too bad. It's really good value for with Commander Cody
Oh yeah.
minifigure 212. Also, speaking about those figures, there's like a printing issue on their helmets where the orange stripe on
Yes,
the
I
top
saw
of their
this.
helmet, it's supposed to come down to a point, but with the review copies, ambassadors and land members are receiving, it has like it come down to a flat end onto the helmet, and people are saying that's the reason why they might be delaying the ATTE.
You see, I don't know
Um,
if they're delaying it. People are like jumping to serious conclusions, and I
mhm.
don't know if I like these conclusions. Uh, I don't know. What do you think? So there's been this rumor for everyone watching that the ATTE set is going to be delayed for its August 1st release date. I want to hear your thoughts because I have plenty of thoughts on this.
Well, I think it's a lot really possible that it could happen, but I'm not sure why they would do it. They gave all these review copies to people, and all of them are saying, "Oh, it's going to release on August 1st. Get ready to buy because it's going to sell out really quickly," which it will sell out really quickly because it's a really popular set. Um, I'm
Now,
not really sure if they're going to delay it.
yeah.
Uh,
So they tend to think. So they tend to think it's going to happen like the same thing that happened with the clone minifigure packs. So if you remember that disaster at the beginning of this year, clone minifigure packs supposed to come out January 1st. They were in no Lego stores. People all found out last minute. They were waiting on Lego.com for them to release. They never did. They dropped them like 15 days later or something. The whole release for those was a mess. Now that kind of made sense because like I justified it I guess in my mind. I'm like, okay, these are not box sets. These are very different style sets. They haven't done these I guess in Star Wars, so maybe that's a part of it. And I there are a lot of loopholes with it. This is just a regular run of the mill box set. So that's part of it. Also, the reason I don't particularly like buy that it's saying coming soon is the end of the world, because like that's happened multiple occasions and it's been fine. Right now we're about 17 days out, at least 18 days out as of recording this from the set coming out. So there's a lot of time to be made up there in which stuff gets shipped out. With the clone packs, I'm sure that was a last minute problem that not a lot of people knew about until it actually came up January 1st that it like wasn't going to be there. So I think people are overreacting and getting themselves worked up over something that we don't even have 100% validated. We just know it says coming soon. And while all the other ones, I believe, do say not, which is concerning that only the ATT doesn't. And but I don't think it's the end of the world. They had a very clean run with releasing the Republic fighter tank. In terms of at least getting it out to stores. I'm not saying once they're keeping it in stock, but like getting its first initial run out, so everyone gets one shot at it. So it's that type of thing. So I don't know. It's dicey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, you go first.
With the clone minifigure pack, I was just gonna talk about how I remember staying up till 12 a.m. and then it didn't release.
Staying up
So
till
then
1 a.m.
I'm like, yeah. I just stayed up till like 4 a.m. and then I just decided, oh, they're not gonna release it today. Might as well go to bed. And in the morning, I was hoping maybe they released it late because sometimes they do that with sets. And
Yeah.
like sometimes they reveal stuff for me it's gonna be 6 a.m. but for others 9 p.m. EST or something. But no, they didn't release it at the time. So I was just wondering, when are they going to release it? When should I get my card ready to purchase?
And they still
'Cause
haven't released it.
Yeah, it only.
They did like one release recently. They were out in 5 minutes. I got 5, and that is all I'm probably gonna ever get again. I'm like, I literally had 3 from that box. I'm like, I'm keeping you sealed. You are going to be $1,000 products because nobody's been able to get you.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like super rare.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be like $50-$60 a piece.
They already
in
are.
the future.
They're like $40, and they're supposed to be for
wow.
sale. If you go on eBay or Mercari, they're like $30-$40, and people are buying them for that.
Oh, wow,
Right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this thing, and it's like, it's so pathetic. It's like, really, like, everyone looks at this, you're paying for a bag that's tiny. Like, you're paying this tiny little bag with a pathetic trooper, 2 really cool troopers, and, like, a build, which I actually like, but I'm gonna bash on it for the sake of this, with a kind of pathetic build. And people are blowing up. $15. Here's my money. I'm like, I spent $85 on like 5 little bags. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah. I remember when like clone trooper packs or like battle packs used to cost like 10, 12.
Yeah.
And $15. $15 was a pretty good price for what you were getting, but
the day mainline
$20.
battle packs go over $20 is the day I die of sadness. Because like, the battle pack is built to be a relatively like cheap thing. It's supposed to be like a different grade. It's a cheap way to build your armies. Now it's going into the same category as regular sets. Like, it's not like, oh, this is the cheap alternative, you get your minifigures. Like the microfighters. I think they might just cancel the microfighters outright. The big appeal of the microfighters is their $10 stuff. If you look at the retiring list for this year, all the microfighters are going, even the new Mandalorian Razor Crest one.
Oh, wow.
So, because in my mind, I'm like, why don't they just raise the price to $12? But then for like another $3, people are going to be like, okay, the minifigure pack's right here. It comes with 2 extra figures. So, it's a bit of a dicey game with those, and I don't want to see any of them go, but they've hit the limit. They cannot go over $20 or $19.99. It needs to stay at that forever. I really don't care how bad inflation gets. If they need to take out a minifigure, do so. Honestly, I'd be in favor of that at this point. Just do the 3 army builder troopers, lower the price $1 or $2. I really don't care.
With the minifigure packs, I'm surprised I don't think they're in stores. I think they're only exclusive to like Lego stores.
Yes, that is a big problem too. They should be stocking them in regular stores.
Yeah,
but
I wish they were. I wish they were in stores so more people like my Lego stores. 40, 50 minutes away from me. So if I wanted to just go out and buy a set, it'd be a really long drive. Like, my parents would never drive me that far for a Lego set.
Yeah, and this is the thing that's bothering me with the 2 new big sets. So the Justifier and the ATT, those are going to be the biggest sets. You would agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why are they both Lego Store exclusives? Like, or they seem to be Lego Store exclusives. Because you can't get them anywhere. They don't have them listed on Walmart. They don't have them listed on Target. They don't have them listed on Amazon. Why is this not an Amazon retail set?
I have no idea. Amazon sets tend to do really well, actually.
Yeah, no, they sell fantastically. They sell like they do like big sets on there. Why are they gatekeeping these? Why are they gatekeeping the minifigure packs to be exclusive Lego retail sets? It genuinely baffles me. And on top of that, it's going to hurt sales stats because when you have a sale like the set like the Razor Crest, that's going to sell really well. Like that playset one. Because it's on Amazon, everyone knows the Razor Crest. Cool, it comes with Baby Yoda. With this, they're going to make it explicitly hard to get because A, they're not stocking up their own stores because you know this thing's going to be out of stock on Lego every 5 minutes. Say what you will about Target, Amazon, and Walmart, they're good at keeping stuff in stock, relatively speaking. So it's beyond frustrating because Lego doesn't know how to keep anything in stock. And these 2 sets that are really cool are just going to have terrible sales numbers because they are not listing them on these sites, but they should. So that's my rant there.
I think one of the reasons one bad reason that they aren't putting them out on Amazon, Walmart, or Target, it's because I forgot what I was gonna say.
Is there like a known reason? Like, is there like a company rule? Like, you can't do good sets. You can't release those to Walmart.
No, I think it's because Lego has they want you to buy directly from them.
Well, yeah, they get more money for it.
Yeah. And then I think they might be that reason, but they also have the VIP program, which kind of debates that because people can just use their VIP points to cheap out on sets. But
yeah, that's true. But like in terms of mass distribution, their overall would be making way more money if they didn't restrict it to Lego.com. If you had the option to buy this set, on Walmart, where they're keeping it frequently in stock, where they're getting frequent shipments, and they're putting it on sale. I am going to be like, say they got the ATT, it's a $140 set. Say it went on discount to say $115, $110. I'm buying a lot. I'd buy close to 10 if they went down to say $100, $110. They're going to do this on Lego.com where they just keep it at 140 and they intermittently stock it, and max I'm buying for. So, like, I know I'm a crazy person, but I know these things hold their value, so I don't have as bad of a feeling about it. And it's just kind of that thing. Like, I don't want to have to. I want to give you my money. Just let me give it to you.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. It really is. So with that said, I kind of want to go back around to your TikTok career, because I think that the prices are an interesting topic. And you know, the way they're stocking these sets. But I want to kind of probe you on your animation. So we talked about this a little bit the last episode, but I want to cover it here. How do you like go about like making these types of animations? Because like for those who know, he does like this. Have you seen the portable high ground one, which I'm sure you all have seen, or any of them? I see you all like in my recommend, like for channels you guys watch. He's like there. So like, what kind of things do you do to like put these together?
So, I usually have like a schedule. I have a post schedule Monday and Friday, and after I post my video on Monday, I go out and look on TikTok, look for funny audios that I can use. They're usually audios people are using for like their own thing, like for just their own ideas. But I usually try to take those audios and turn them into a Star Wars context. And like that portable high ground video, it was already a video from a guy. He does like Star Wars, Anakin, and OBI-WAN impressions. I asked him if I could use his audio, make it into a Lego animation. He said, "Of course you can. Make sure you credit me." And I make the animation. That video did really, really well on like YouTube, TikTok. The way I made the animation was first So first I go about my collection, find some pieces. I based like the background on the Mandalorian homeworld or whatever, Mandalore. I based it on that, and then I make the animation. Typically takes around 3 to 4 hours for basic animation. Sometimes it could take a lot longer. Sometimes it takes a few days. But after that, I started doing the mouth animation. Back then, I didn't really do the mouth animation until my older brother suggested it to me. And I didn't think it'd be a good idea because mouth animation takes a really long time. And for me, it even takes longer because I draw them all on the app I use to animate, which is called Stopmotion Studio Pro. They have a paint feature where you can draw in photos. I basically just draw my mouths on there. And the bad thing is they don't have like a zooming in, growing or reduce size of a drawing you made. So like if it's a different shot with the character that's farther away, I have to draw an entirely new set of mouths for it. And I'm not really a good computer person, so I didn't know how to add mouths on computer.
Yeah.
So I'm just stuck with my phone
and he draws each mouth, right?
Yeah, I have to draw every single mouth
for each character, and he does a really good job at it. You think a Lego designer did this? Like he was alternating faces. Yeah, and one of the things. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say one of the things we were talking about in our last episode that we recorded that I wasn't able to upload, was the way you're able to like do the like with stop motions. You're like I think the first viral sensation stop motion animator I know. Like you do have the forest fires and those stuff out there, but that was over time. They built up that. You were the first one to like really hit the ground running with it. And I think it's because with stop motions, usually animators are in a tough circumstance, like on YouTube, where, you know, their content takes a really long time to produce, a really long time to voice act, edit, everything, actually do the little moving around of the figures themselves. And they, you know, it took a lot of time. And by the time they got it out, you know, it's hard to be a YouTuber on that type of schedule or an influencer at all when you have no consistent audience. But with you, you're able to put stuff out on the weekly with animations, almost, in regards to that, which is nuts. Because it's all 30 seconds, and that's the way the TikTok algorithm's formed, and it's beautiful that you could get, like, all these amazing little short things, and really promote the art of stop-motion animation, which I think is just amazing. So, props to you for kind of inventing that.
Yeah, and the downside of that is, of course, with like if I want to make money, I can't because advertisers can't put ads on shorter videos.
Yes.
And yeah, I can't make money from ads, so mostly I kind of do it as a hobby to post my animations and stuff. More on the post my video type of stuff. After I do my mouth animation, I edit the video, add the camera movements, and I post it on 12 a.m. On Friday or Monday.
Yeah.
Sometimes I post them later because I just don't have enough time to do an animation, or I'm just lazy for that day. So, but that's basically the process of how I make my animations. And for my videos, it's normally the same thing. With the drop test videos, I just I had the video with first me throwing the small set, and then I combine it with the other video. I just add a basic blur transition, or not blur, a fade transition, so it transitions easily into the next clip. I just edit that with the wum 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 sound. Yeah, that sound. I
did a video like that. I did one like that. It did well, I think. Mm-hmm. I actually did one video. I saw Zach did a video where it's, oh no, the Bad Batch is in trouble. They need help. Psh. It was the funniest thing. I watched it several times over because I love this video, and I wanted to recreate it myself. So I put in the thing this is credited to Zach. He came up with the idea. It's his. I just wanted to do it myself because I thought it was funny. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that video.
Yeah.
On those videos, I actually got an idea from just one random TikTok. Someone was, oh no, the stormtroopers are in danger and they need help. Send in Darth Vader. I really liked that video, so I wanted to basically make my own video. I asked the guy if I can use it. Use his idea to make it. He said, of course. I made a video and it got really viral. So I started making my own take on it because I didn't want to just be directly taking his video. So I'd throw the set really hard, or I just add a bunch of figures that were on the ground. I normally add a Yoda in the ship or something, doing something.
You could do, weird. Oh no, Homer Simpson is in trouble. Send in the beer, and then you just have a glass beer bottle break or something.
Yeah. Those videos did really well as well.
Have you considered lighting things on fire or something like that, doing something crazy, like playing golf or putting one on a train track or I don't know, violently abusing them?
I have never thought of that. I might now since you just gave me the idea.
I think you should light something on fire. That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the problem is when you light them on fire, then people get upset because oh, you're hurting the environment. And yes, there's little figure. But all these other things that are happening in the world. How many miles did it take you to drive to that place? I can't burn this one minifigure.
Mm-hmm.
It was a factory fire. I was just doing it prematurely. Error. The toy had an error. It was flammable. All right, Zach. So finally, we're gonna round up. So what are your plans for the future? Do you have a goal? Do you want to do this as a future full-time thing? Just what are your future plans, and where can people find you?
So I'm hoping that maybe I can grow my content to longer videos instead of just shorts, so I can make a good amount of income on my videos. But I also want to keep posting those shorts because that's where my videos came from. It all started on TikTok with the short videos, and I moved on to YouTube. And I plan on making longer videos, but it's not going to be a thing I do all the time. It's mostly going to be shorts. And right now, it's going to be just a hobby. I don't plan on I'm planning on making this my future, YouTube. Yeah. I actually want to become.
I don't plan on it being my full future either. I'm just saying it might be a part of it, but not my Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to be a Lego designer, so really? I'm gonna take some engineering and graphic design classes. Maybe I can.
It helps that they're opening a factory up in Virginia. You move to this East Coast, That would be great.
So I don't have to move to Denmark or Germany or wherever it is.
Yeah, And people are like, "Oh, would you ever work for Lego?" I'm like, because like if I was to be like an hourly employee type thing at like a store, yeah, I could do that. But like I do better in regards to getting free Lego and that sort of stuff just by doing YouTube.
Yeah.
People send it to you instead of you have like and like all that sort of stuff. So like the closest thing I could think is like if I was like owner of a Lego land or something. But no, I don't really see myself working for Lego or like doing that sort of stuff. So you like want to work for them like as a company?
I want to, but I'm not sure if I'll end up working for them. I'll probably be doing something else. But yeah, that's basically what I plan for the future as of now.
All right. And where can people find you?
You guys can find me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at ZachTheManiac on all platforms. If you want to contact me, you can message me on Instagram, or I have a business email on the About page on my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to Republic Studs. He's a great person. And
thank you.
I really want to thank you for inviting me here today. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. I know you have a busy day. We had problems recording. I'm happy to honestly have this like second sit down with you. This went so much better than the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's weird with a lot of these. It's like I'm sitting down with people for the first time we've never talked before, and then we're just kind of going into this like podcast mode. So now like I've gotten to know you a little better. So going into this, it was much calmer to do. And I'm super excited to upload it, and for you guys all. I want to hear your response. If you are watching up to this point, I want someone to comment Jeff's. I don't know why. I just want to see if people actually make it to the end. All right. See you guys later.